Hi everyone, welcome to Cap Trail Meetups. We're back this week. Our special guest is Barry, our board chairman. Barry, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm great, thank you. All right, so first off, tell me a little bit about your background.
Okay, I am a retired YMCA exec. I spent 38 years with the YMCA in 3 states. I started out in Tennessee, and then I worked in South Carolina, and then came up to Richmond in 1990. I worked for the local Richmond Y for 10 years, from 1990 to 2000, and then I joined the national staff, YMCA of the USA, with Virginia as my territory. So I worked with YMCAs all across the South, but in particular, Virginia. That was my territory.
Right. All right, and then how did you get involved with the Virginia Capitol Trail?
Well, the last about 18 years of my career, I was in nonprofit consulting. With YMCA of the USA, we had our own consulting wing, and the former director was meeting with a donor organization one day who happened to be a friend of mine, and she was talking to him about some of the issues that typically nonprofits have in terms of operation. And he mentioned to her, he said, you might want to talk to Barry Watkins, which surprised me, but that was, I appreciate that. But we had a couple of meetings and kind of talked about the Virginia Capitol Trail Foundation and the operation and kind of what was going on and some of the challenges. And then she asked me to join the board.
So were you really familiar with the trail before joining the board, or did you join the board and then you got familiar with the trail?
Well, I was riding the trail before I joined the board. I was just becoming familiar with it, riding different sections. I have a really close friend, a boyhood friend of mine growing up in Lynchburg, who lives here. He's retired also. And we ride the trail about every week. In fact, we rode yesterday and got completely soaked. But it was great. It was great.
Right. Those are the fun rides sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
We thought we could beat that little shower that occurred yesterday in Charles City and beyond, but we found out we couldn't.
Right. It was a little
But
bigger than
I was riding the
anticipated.
trail before I joined the board some, and was familiar with it.
Okay. So what do you hope for the trail's future?
Well, I would like to see continued development of connector trails and spurs, particularly the Jamestown to Williamsburg connector.
Yes.
Would love to see that
Right.
built. But I want to mention something to you, because I think this is really important
Okay.
in terms of what the Capitol Trail is to people and kind of what it represents. Right now I'm reading about a guy named Frederick Olmsted. And Frederick Olmsted lived in the 1850s. He was a landscape architect. Frederick Olmsted was the one responsible for developing Central Park in New York and the U.S. Capitol grounds. But he had this kind of guiding principle of these open spaces that he developed, and he called it the democratic spaces for the uplift of all.
Right.
He really felt that that was important for society, to have a place where all people could come together, regardless of socioeconomic status, et cetera. And so that's why he developed these spaces and felt like it was really important. I feel like that's what the Capitol Trail is. It's a democratic space for the uplift of all, and you really kind of see that when you're out there on it all the time. The different groups of people, different ethnicities, everybody is welcome. And I think one of the things I really hope for the future is that we continue to promote that, continue to reach all segments of society, to let them know what an amenity this is. And we're open to all,
Right. Oh, that's such a wonderful answer. Thank you. All right, so you said you went on the trail, or you go on the trail every week.
Mm-hmm.
How have you seen the trail change since COVID restrictions have been implemented?
Well, the biggest change is usage. I mean, there's a lot more people on the trail, and that's a good
Way
thing.
up.
Yeah,
Right.
the percentages are way up, and that's a good thing. But you see a lot more people walking the trail, as well as bike riding, as well as some runners, which is great. So that's the biggest thing. And I'm seeing a little bit less of this now, but certainly not long ago, seeing more people with masks, wearing masks, and people are pretty conscious about social distancing and so forth. I think it's been pretty good safety protocol on the trail, but so the biggest change is definitely usage when you go out there, even during the week. I'm fortunate because I'm retired. I've got flexibility in my schedule, so
Right.
I can ride anytime generally, during the week. But it's been amazing just to see the weekly usage.
Right. Oh, it's way up. We had our Cap to Cap pop-up rest stops last week. We had one on a Monday and one on a Friday, and people are still out there. They don't care that it's a weekday. Everyone's just out on the trail,
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
a good workout in.
it's great.
All right. So my final question to you is, what is your favorite spot on the Virginia Capitol Trail?
Well, I've got a couple of places I really, really like to ride. One is what we did yesterday, riding from Charles City County down to Chickahominy River and back. I really like that. But I also like the segment from the Chickahominy Riverfront Park to Jamestown. That's a beautiful section. All sections are very, very nice, but that's a beautiful section in particular. And I've ridden that several times and just had deer running alongside me. Which is really kind of cool to see. And actually, I was near Dory Park a week before last, and there's a herd of deer right
Right.
there on the trail. So you see, kind of neat wildlife and get to experience the great outdoors as well as getting some great exercise. But one of the really wonderful aspects of the Capitol Trail itself is it has really rural sections to it. Being along Route 5 like it is. And so I think
Right.
it really enhances the beauty
Right.
as well. So
Get a little bit of everything.
yeah,
Right.
it's great.
All right. Well, thank you so much for talking to me today.
Yeah, enjoyed it. It's
Yeah.
good
Have a
seeing
good
you.
one.
And thank you for the great job you're doing, particularly with the programming. The other change that I didn't mention was the virtual programming that's going on. And,
Oh,
and you do a lot of that and most of it,
oh
and
yeah.
do a great job with it. So we're appreciative of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sure.
All right. Bye.
All right. Take care.